You are tuned to the Indraprasth channel of Akashvani. International Day for Yoga is just a few days away. In a series of talks leading up to International Day of Yoga, we today bring you a talk by Dr. Pawan Singh Khatana, a physiotherapist and a yoga practitioner who holds approx 20 years of experience in the field, has worked and provided professional rehabilitation physiotherapeutic and counseling services previously at various private hospitals and physiotherapeutic settings. Today, Dr. Khatana is speaking on yoga and common yogasanas for day-to-day fitness. Over to Dr. Pawan Singh Khatana.
Today we are going to talk about yoga. Whenever we are talking about yoga, we need to have certain points in the mind. What is yoga? How yoga is solution to many problems in today's scenario? Can any layman understand yoga? Is yoga for any specific religious or sect? Can we do the yoga in our day-to-day life in modern time? Is it possible at workplace? Let's begin with the point to point. As been mentioned, yoga is an old-age tradition of more than 5,000 years old, as mentioned in the text. Yoga has been defined as a group of physical, mental and spiritual practice aimed at controlling body and mind to attain various goals, as practiced in various traditions, Hindu, Jainism, Buddhism and various others. WHO also recognizes yoga as a holistic approach towards health, as WHO defines health as a state of complete physical, mental and social well-being, not merely absence of disease. WHO recommends 150 to 75 minutes of walk week, vigorous intensity action workouts, moderate and vigorous. It specifically focuses on inactivity, significant risk factor of NCDs. NCDs, non-communicable diseases, which includes heart disease, stroke, diabetes, some cancers also linked to increased mortality. WHO promotes yoga as for holistic approach as it involves caters physical, mental, spiritual and social well-being. As our respected Prime Minister sir announced theme for this year as Yoga for One Earth and One Health. Our text defines yoga in different forms. There are various texts. Gita says yoga is equal-mindedness in both success and failure state. Such equanimity is called yoga. Verse 2.48. Yoga is skill in action. Verse 2.50. Thirdly, know that which is separation from contact with the suffering. Verse 6.23. Our next text, Patanjali Yoga Sutra, everybody knows about it. Verse 1.2 mentions yoga is calming down the fluctuations of mind. Yoga chitta vritti nirodha. The very first text, sloka. Kathopanishad, which states, when five senses along with the mind remain still and the intellect is not active, that is known as the highest state of self. Verse 6.10. Our famous text, Yog Bhasya, which says, Samadhi is a yoga, asampragyat samadhi. Samadhi is yoga. Various other texts such as Yogkara Bhumi Shastra, which is famous among Mahayana Buddhist clan, which says yoga is fourfold faith, that is aspiration, perseverance and means, faith. Pashupata Shastra of 4th century mentions yoga is union of self and the Lord. Verse 1.1.43. Yoga Shatka, a Jain work by Haribhadra Suri of 6th century texts mentions yoga is sambandha of three: correct knowledge, correct doctrine, correct conduct. Sahi Jnana, Sahi Darshana, Sahi Charitra. Verse 2.4. The Linga Purana text of 7th century mentions yoga is nirvana, same condition of Shiva. Verse 1.8.5a. A very famous text of Adi Guru Shankaracharya, Brahma Sutra Bhasya of 8th century mentions yoga is the means of perceiving reality. Atha Tattva Darshanabhyo Pyo Yoga. Knowing all these definitions of different texts of Indian history, now we should be understanding how yoga is being understood in the form of 8 limbs of yoga, also known as Ashtanga Yoga. These 8 limbs are Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayam, Pratyahar, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. All these 8 limbs covers an individual's personality in a very holistic way if you understand them one by one. Yamas, there are 5 yamas. Yama means restraining moral disciplines. These yamas are Ahimsa, Satya, Asteya, Brahmacharya, Aparigraha. Ahimsa is non-violence, Satya truthfulness, Asteya non-stealing, Brahmacharya right use of energy, Aparigraha non-greed. The second limb, Niyama, positive internal duties of ourself. 5 niyas, Soch, Santosh, Tapas, Swadhyay, Ishwar Pranidhana. Soch is cleanliness, Santosh contentment, Tapas discipline, Swadhyay self-study of texts, Ishwar Pranidhana surrendering to the higher power. The third limb, asanas postures, Pranayama, breathing practices. Pratyahara is sense of withdrawal. Dharana is focused concentration. Dhyana, meditative absorption. Samadhi, bliss or enlightenment. Knowing these 8 limbs of yoga, how these limbs affect us in yoga. As being understood in modern scenario, yoga is just about postures, asanas, different exercises. It's not only like that. Among these 8 limbs, only one limb is asana. Rest all 7 are about positive thoughts, yamas, niyamas, pratyahara, dharana, dhyan, samadhi. Among these 8, one is asana. That means that which concludes that only merely by doing asanas or postures we won't achieve the complete benefits of yoga. In today's modern medicine, we have to understand exercise which has to affect all these domains of our health system. Now, is it possible to do all these things in every day? Yes, it is possible. And one point was, as we mentioned earlier, can layman understand yoga? Answer is yes, layman can understand yoga. Is yoga for any specific religion or sect? No. It is for human. Whosoever is born, yoga affects him. Yoga is for the body, for mind. Can we do yoga in our day-to-day life? Yes. We are breathing every day. We are working every day. We are using our joint systems, muscles every day. We can do yoga every day and at every part of time. It can be possible even at the workplace. As we know, in today's scenario, whenever we are working, we are overexerting our joints or postures in any form of the time. When we talk about yoga, it is symmetrical stretchings of joints and muscles, which helps in releasing our stress at certain particular joints, motions and muscles. The specific stresses of any particular joint. For example, you can see whenever we are working on a table or system, we see excess forward bending of neck and spine. Solution to this is, after certain specific moment of time, we can get up from the chair, just stretch back, which releases the stress from the neck and the back. Similarly, we can understand when we do yoga, if say I am having 5 or 10 minutes, is it possible to do the yoga? Yes. We have to understand whenever we are doing the exercise, the balanced exercise concept, which involves certain asanas in sitting, certain asanas in standing, and certain asanas in laying. These are all for joint and muscles. Secondly, for cardiopulmonary system, breathing, meditation, and some sprinting exercise. If I say what can be some exercises which can be done in short in all these postures. So let's understand. Like in sitting asanas, Padamasana, Gomukhasana, Vakrasana can be done. Standing asana, very simple to do. Trikonasana, Hastpadasana, Vrakshasana, Tadasana, Parvatasana, Ushtasana. While laying, we can do in supine and prone, Shalabhasana, Halasana, Dhanushasana, Matsyasana, Bhotasana, Naukasana. In supine, Setubandhasana. While breathing, different forms of breathing, Anulom, Vilom, Kapalbhati, Bhasrika, Agnisar, etc. And meditation for the nervous system. Friends, doing all these things, we have to keep in mind that how does these things help us? While performing them, we connect ourselves with ourselves, through ourselves, by ourselves. Which means that we are the tool, we are the performer, and we ourselves are the goal to be achieved. Many times we say we need space whenever we are being stuck up in many things. We say we need some space. But how can we get the space when our mind is already very much involved in the chaos? What is that space? We cannot get space anywhere. That space has to be created within ourselves, by ourselves, simply by calming the mind, the thoughts, which can be achieved through breathing, meditation, positive thoughts. We have to connect ourselves in daily routine, and yoga is the only tool which can lead us to achieve that goal. Thank you very much.
Yoga and Common Yogasanas for day-to-day fitness. That was a talk by Dr. Pawan Singh Khatana. This broadcast came to you over Indraprasth channel of Akashvani, Delhi.